Guys, iCast 2023. We got a new Titan, finally. I'm gonna try to give you a whole walkthrough. I'm gonna jump behind the camera and see what happens. Let's go. We got a new Titan, finally. I don't know how many years it's been. Probably, 6 years since the first Titan came up? That was a crazy stuff. Now we got a new TitanX Propel 12.5. And this thing is built for one thing only, to fish. Look at that, you could add a trolling motor to the front. You got dual graph right there. What will you need to? What will you need to graph?
Live scope for Garmin, you got map and sonar.
Or Mega Live and 360.
Yeah, Live 360. Both of these are Garmin, but yeah, that's probably the main reason for two. But
one navigation, because you're going super fast, because you got a high-speed trolling motor in the back and a trolling motor in the front. And another one for fishing.
Yeah, you gotta have some swag too, you know?
Yeah,
you gotta have a little swag. But I mean, this boat's got it. This kayak's got it.
It got a lot of stuff in, but I'm thinking, why 7? Let's make it 12.
Yeah, it may get in the way.
Maybe you want to watch a movie.
Yeah, you could.
Hey,
you get bored of fishing though. Yeah. You can't get bored of fishing.
Well, if you catch your PB and you win the tournament.
Yeah.
You know, like.
Then you just order a pizza.
True. Hey. Yes.
Yeah.
It needs to have like a landing platform for the drone, right here.
Yeah.
So the pizza gets delivered.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah. This is what do you call this? Is this a kayak or a boat?
This is a super kayak.
I like that.
Yeah, this thing's pimped out.
You can still launch it through your normal launch spot. You don't have to pay the marina fees.
No, this thing's pimped out for sure. 2 trolling motors. I mean, I was just checking it out. I mean,
this right here is a 3 horsepower brushless electric motor.
Out. What's the deal on this trolling motor? This new Ford? I've never seen this.
Well, it's kind of like I mean, this thing could push it probably 6 to 7 miles an hour depending on conditions.
Yeah.
And it's different. It's brushless. It's not like the trolling motor in the front. Like that trolling motor probably go 4 miles an hour. This is going 2 more. On a kayak, that's huge.
Oh, okay.
And you got dual power pole, and of course, because you know, if you anchor with just one, it's gonna turn you around. So now you got 2.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. You know how much money is there here? Let me see. $1,200, $2,000, $1,000 each, $3,000. These are probably $1,000 plus a transducer. Oh my God, I don't even want to count. That's another $1,500. The battery is probably 1,000. Let's start right here. You got dual mounting. Actually, you got 3 power pole mountings, because you got this one, and the 2 power poles that you can see here. So you could definitely, I mean, this is what you can do. You could put 2 power poles, and you could put a super powerful, high torque, it's gonna throw you off the seat if you're not careful, brushless electric motor. This is a 36 volt, and it's powered by this battery right here, but you should not get whatever battery, but I mean, if you're watching my channel, please get about the lithium batteries. Put a 50-hour 36 volt battery, that thing is gonna last you forever. Plus you have the one in the front, like you can see there. And this boat, I feel like they made this kayak for me. I might never get it, because I'm not gonna buy it, but if they wanna send me over to do a proper review, I'll be happy to do so. But look at this tank well. They made some changes to it. Now you have a deep area here that you could put a humongous black pack. This the biggest one that they have is 18 inches. And you have a lot of space still, like it's crazy. You have space on the side, so you could probably drop your cooler over here if you want to remove your paddle. Right here in here, the battery goes in here as you saw earlier. There's a nice space, it's out of the way. And if you remove this right here, if you don't use this type of kayak card, you have space to put a cooler on top without affecting your bag. Now the seat, look at this seat. This is a 360 seat. I'm not gonna show you how it works. I'm holding the camera with one hand, and then it's difficult. But the idea is that you could definitely spin this around, and you could fish over there, over here, turn back, work on the motor if you have to, and you still have a cup holder. Wow. Now something cool that I saw, and it's just a little thing. Look at these flush mounted rod holders. They're different, they're unique. They're designed for this boat. It's not like an aftermarket ones that you just plug in, so it makes the boat look a lot nicer. The seat is on the rail, so you can move it forward and back, make it fit for yourself. and it has gear tracks all over the place. Man, this is cool because you could put any type of accessories. If you need more rod holders because you don't have enough, you could definitely add more, and this right here feels solid. This setup is really nice. Of course, you got the drive. Why would you need a motor, 2 motors, and then a drive? Well, I mean, because it's fun, number 1. Number 2, redundancy. Number 3, I don't know. Well, I don't know. I would personally probably never pedal, just run the motors. But you could, if you want to exercise, you have the pedals. Plus, if something breaks, you have the pedals, so you have redundancy. See here. And I think, will you buy this kayak and set it up like this? Probably not. You're probably just gonna have the Newport Verso on the back, or the Torqeedo, or a Bixpy and the drive, or you would just have this motor and the drive. The point of this setup right here is to show you what is possible. Now, if I'm the one who's getting this kayak, I'm definitely putting all this stuff, definitely taking fishing with everything here, and then I'll see what works. Because when you are out there, you really don't know what's gonna happen. I mean, what if you hit a bridge and you need a trolling motor, right? You want to stay in position, you cannot really anchor. That's why you have the trolling motor. What if you're in the shadows and you cannot use any of the motors? Well, you got the power poles to anchor yourself down if you want to do that. What if you want to stand up and fish? With a trolling motor, you can just stand up and look for the fish if it's deep enough. So I will probably take everything. Maybe not the fish finders, because if you fish a lot of shallow water, you don't need the fish finder. But hey, there's also storage underneath the seat, and all this thing feels very solid, man. Super strong. And it has to be, because if you're gonna have a Weeble 360 seat, you need something to hold your grip. Everything feels really nice. Now, this thing is sort of pre-wired. Look at this here. Look at this. Oh my God. I guess you could charge your phone with that. And then inside the boat, look at this. You got rod holders, 1, 2, and this is not just like getting a PVC tube and put it inside. It looks like they actually made pieces precisely designed for this boat, which is epic. I'm still thinking about what would I need to drive. Like, well,
I think I'm gonna have.
wow, this is crazy. Now, look at this. The footrest already set up that it will work with the trolling motor, so you can steer hand-free and go around the mangroves, whatever area you're fishing, and you don't even have to touch the remote control. You don't even have to use that motor in the front. But if you need to, you could. Now, moving forward right here, you got gear tracks over here that allows you to do this craziness and add graph. Now, you ask yourself, why would you need 2 graph on a kayak? Well, you have your TV over here, and then you have your fish finder over here. I don't know, the real answer is a lot of new fish finders right now have different kinds of transducer. For example, Humminbird has a 360 and a Mega Live, so 360 Mega and Live, whatever, one of those names, but you get the idea. So you need one for each. Yeah, why not have 2 if you can? Oh yeah, cool, man, turn it around. Oh, that's nice, thank you. That's cool. And you could lock it at any position, or it's...
I think it's pretty stable in any position, so it's not locking.
Oh, so
it just locks in the front.
It's very rigid.
It's locked there, but once you move it, it seems like you're not moving around.
Yeah. But I think once you're sitting on it, it will be easier to do all that you just did.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Probably so, with a little bit of weight.
Do you fish mostly out of bass boat?
Not bass boat.
So, okay, you said you fished out of kayaks before.
Oh yeah.
Can you explain the difference? Like, is there a difference? Like,
well, like in a kayak, you're closer to the water. You can't move long distances, as quick. If you're in a bass boat, right? Bass boat, I can run 20 miles if I want to. Kayak, you're fishing a lot more, but you can get in places too that you can't get a bass boat. So you can get in shallower, you can get in those little creeks that, hey, normally you're not getting into the bass boat. There's so many more advantages, to a kayak, but This one's pretty sick. I'm impressed. It's obviously rigged out, but
Helps me out quite a bit.
Will you say that kayak makes you really explore an area? And
Yeah.
when you're on your 250, you just crank it up and go to the next?
yeah, you can go to the next if it's not working out. Kayak, you're kind of stuck, but you also, you know, we fish by a lot of fish too in a bass boat. Kayak, you're fishing all the time, so you know you don't miss a lot.
Have you caught the fish you needed by running, I don't know, an hour, 90 miles an hour to at the next spot? Like, have that?
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, sometimes, you know, tournaments, whatever, you're running, you know, 20, 30, 40 minutes away to a spot you think's better than anywhere else around you, and yeah, it pays off. But there's times when you run past a lot too. But it's just different, you know, fishing out of kayak. But I enjoy it.
What is your best memory fishing out of a kayak?
Best memory, really just getting way back in places where you never see another person. And I mean, it's not one specific memory, but you know, I have several where you know, you're just so remote a lot of times in a kayak, and you know, that's one thing that I love about it for sure.
So, like, let's say a 6-pounder.
Yeah.
How does it feel, a 6-pounder here versus your bass boat?
Well, here you're a lot lower to the water, so you know, at times they're harder to land for me because it's different. But you don't have the room to move around, so you know, you gotta definitely know what you're doing to land one in a kayak. I feel like, because you know, how you set the hook, how you reel in the fish, it's a little bit different than standing up all the time. So it takes some getting used to. It takes some skill, I feel like, to catch them out of a kayak. But you know, it's a lot of fun.
On a boat, when you set the hook, it's a stronger hook set, right?
Yeah, stronger hook set, and you know, you're standing up, so you got more power. You know, sitting down, and you can stand up and set the hook out of this kayak, and not.
But you have to like go harder.
Yeah. It's just a different feel to it. That's something I struggle with, but you know, I'm learning.
I didn't know who you were until I saw
man.
your name, man. Sorry.
Yeah, George. Yeah, you're good.
I'm sorry about
You're
that,
good,
bro.
dude.
I didn't.
Yeah.
Looking at. You're a professional angler, a real one.
Something like that. Yeah.
Do they allow nets on MLF?
MLF? No, they don't.
Did they used to? Or?
No, they never have.
Never. What, is there a reason why?
At the top level, they don't. Just for the challenge, you know. Basically, if people want to see us landing a big smallmouth with our hands, just because it's definitely harder to do.
Yeah, I mean, here it's like you said, you're lower, so you don't have that arc thing.
Oh yeah.
And if you're,
it's different.
If you both slam it, it's gonna be outside the kayak. So.
Yeah, it's different.
Yeah. But I mean, I love this setup right here. I love motors. It's like a little micro bass boat, and
it's cool.
Have you entered any kayak tournament, or they don't allow you?
Yeah, I fished one. I put one on with Native a couple years ago, and we got a tournament coming out that I want to be a part of in August, Lake Gunnersville in Alabama.
Nice,
yeah.
I ran out of battery.